look at the way the Penguins have played, I'd say they've been the quicker team. They've been better around the front.
And they score right off the face-off. Justin Brazeau. The net empty for New York, and the extra attacker on. The net empty for Malkin. Brazeau. Empty net. Score. Rangers got the puck in the zone. Fox sends it toward the net. Stopped at the bottom of the circle. Shot toward an empty net, and another goal.
He will probably get more opportunities because teams will respect that and things will open up.
Here is Kuzmenko on cue. He scores!
On Tuesday night, did not score on first goal here tonight. Malkin centers in front. Sorokin gets a piece of the shot and tight. Still loose. They score! Evgeny Malkin's got a...
As you'd expect.
Pushed ahead for Hollander, trying to get a step. Schaefer there with him. Drops it for Brunik. He'll shoot. Scores! Raquel has to field it off the half wall. He will. 10 seconds on the 4-on-3. Down low, Malkin. Center scores! It's Sidney Crosby! Caleb Jones able to handle it. Banks it forward for Malkin. Outlet pass. Springs Brazeau. He's got a step. Backhander scores! Philip Hollander off his stick, and Gavrikov will outlet it. Kindle steals it at center, and here he comes. The rookie flying on in. Shoots! Scores! Get that puck! Ben Kindle's got his first.
Dorofeev on the loose puck to Hurdle, and the pass wouldn't land for him. A little bit behind where his stick was.
Now Hurdle upended, penalty score! On the delayed call, Kaden Korczak.
And Mantha flings it across for Brazeau. Drops it for Malkin. Cross ice, hoping for Shea. Finds him. Snapshot tipped in. They score! Justin Brazeau, the big man.
Smiling, loving how he's been playing and creating. Wish the points were there.
Score! A redirect by Rickard Rakell, and the Penguins with some hot sticks in front.
Malkin scoops up the loose puck. Malkin into the circle. Wrist one. He scores! Up ahead to center ice. It's chipped in a tumbling puck as Achari puts a touch on it. Connor Dewar scores! Over to Rakell, who's on this PK now. Here come the Pens. Rakell over the Kings line. He fires off the elbow. Loose puck. Second attempt won't go. Hollander scores! Philip Hollander's first career goal is shorthanded. Downstairs, taken away by Wotherspoon. He'll send it around the board. Sid's got it up to the neutral zone. Goes for the empty net. He scores!
Kings have had the last 6 shots on goal. Their first power play tonight. They win the face-off. Fiala. And now played by Moore. Kempe. Shot right in front. And they score! Kuzmenko!
Just that bond and friendship going through that together.
Letang scores! Crosby in front with the tap-in.
Oh, he didn't want Jari to get that one.
Crosby snapped up ahead to Malkin for the empty net. He scores!
Throws it off the outside of the net. Lazat flips it ahead. Achari banks it back to the point. There's Wotherspoon. He'll shoot. Scores! And there's the reward. Connor Dewar with a tip. Here's Letang for Novak. 40 seconds on the power play. Novak scores!
Undressing Hughes and trying to get it to that back post again. But just so smart off the faceoff.
Crosby the steal and the score! Letang. Bounce down, Mantha. Back in front, Brazeau. Score! Up top, Carlson lets it fly. Save made, rebound there. It stays out. Rust back in front. Crosby scores! Fresh on the ice is Carlson. He'll snap it, deflects in front, they score! Rickard Rakell! Novak takes it, slides it over to Kindle. He's got some space to Novak, back to Kindle. He scores! Oh, the rookie! Carlson. Pass reaches Dewar, he'll shoot, scores!
2 minutes for interfering.
Rust to Malkin, down low, back to Crosby,
for the Robertson. Scores! Nick Robertson from Easton Cowan.
Sliding to his left.
Severson with the deflection, the defenseman up.
Tinakhov again. He scores! Yegor Tinakhov!
Novak trying to get a step around Marchenko. He does. Throws it in front. Save. Rebound. Comes up top. Letang. Scores! Throwing it back towards Malkin as Shelops is going to go to the bench. Extra skater on. Across for Rust. He ties the game! Brian Rust scores!
Waits. Looks for reinforcements. Van Riemsdyk from a severe angle tries to stuff. Rebound loose. Van Riemsdyk stick to it.
Getting a look at Hallander right now on this top line. Keeps a puck in at the blue line.
Here's Rust moving in. Shoots. He scores! Takes a look. Shoots. Hit Hollander. Friendly fire there. Comes down low to Crosby. Up top, one-timer, Carlson, redirection, score! Here comes to Parayko, lost the handle, Rust punches it ahead, Crosby is gone! Save home for rebound, score! So Sidney Crosby adds to his team lead with his 7th goal, the net's empty, Malkin scores!
74 in the orange. Mantha steered one off for Brazeau on the entry. Brazeau dragging through, and Brazeau scores!
Ryan went 6-1-1 in the last 8 games of 2023. Here comes Tinakhov at 10. He scores! Yegor Tinakhov!
On the move, flipped one for Russ. Now it's Hollander with a shot swallowed up by Sealer. Crosby in behind, tried to backhand one out. They score!
Comes around for Van Riemsdyk to Rasmussen. Soderblom all alone. He scores! Elmer Soderblom is 2.
Is a tremendous accomplishment in this league. Here's Nick Robertson with a step, dashing in, and Robertson scores!
Penguins with a nice push here, though, of late. Great chances.
Face-off win off the icing. Here's Shea. His shot tipped in. They score! Brian Rust right there. Take control of this game here in the 3rd. Malkin for Crosby. Across one-timer. Carlson missed the net. Malkin punched it wide. It's loose in front. They score! Ben Kendall! And Malkin. Carlson walks the line. Back over to Malkin. Up to Carlson. He'll fire. Deflected in. They score! It's Crosby. He's back to the action as Lizotte spins away from Scheifele. Here comes Lizotte to the net. They score!
And a 2-on-1, it's nice with Robertson. 2-on-2, scores! Nick Robertson with another beauty.
Clark for Edmondson. Shoots it. Blocked. As Nason got right in the shooting lane. Now Kopitar in front. Kuzmenko shoots, and he scores! Kuzmenko!
Great play there by Dewar to knock the puck off the stick of Benoit. Defenseman caught back. Here come the Pens. Crosby the trailer. Carlson scores! Koivunen over to Shea. Steps in, fires! Off the glove of Stolarz. Rebound! Score! Malkin directing traffic here. Sends it to Kindle. Fresh stick. Off the post and in! He scores!
The puck smartly moving around on this power play for Pittsburgh. And Rust, he was the shooter. Kindle seam pass. Shot! It's for Pittsburgh. They scored on their first. Rust in the bumper. It's Carlson. Shot. Save Lindgren. Score! Guess who? The captain. Here's Kindle flying in. Gets to the goal line and uses the wall. Malkin snapped one down low. Extra attacker on. Shot off the outside of the net by Faravari. It is Ovechkin. He's the extra attacker. Empty net. Shot.
Passes to Rust. Back up top. Graves shot. Scores! Ryan Graves all the way back.
Back it comes Morgan Riley. Nick Robertson into the corner for Max Domi. Nick Waugh, the other member of the power play. In front, scores! It's a power play goal for Nick Robertson.
McComb off the draw.
29-31 in terms of saves unofficially right now. I'd say that unofficially.
Barbashev. Now Korczak scores! David Korczak!
Off the face-off, Carlson connects to Wotherspoon. As that made it through a sea of bodies. Here's Wotherspoon. Passes to Malkin. Centers in front. They score! Tommy Novak punches it. Bunting smacks it. Pinching was done though. Down low for Malkin. His pass deflects in. Evgeny Malkin scores!
Crevier gave it away. Robertson there. Here's Robertson. Tavares sweeping it in front. Loose puck. Scores! The Leafs tie it.
Back in. A backhander sails around. Malkin controls. Centers for Hayes. Shoots. Saves Saros. Malkin back in front. He scores! Magnetic Malkin! His second career assist this afternoon as it comes back towards Letang. Wrist shot blocker to side by Saros. Another shot. They score! Granted, that was a 1-0 game. This one's 3-0. Lizotte picks it off. Lizotte to the empty net. He scores! And Blake Lizotte off to Wotherspoon. Then Dewar dumps it in. Rust is after it. Grubauer's out of the net. Plays it right to Dewar. Back in front. Crosby scores! Again, it's Crosby with the puck on his stick. Kindle gives it back to the captain. Malkin sends it in front. It's loose there. They're digging for it. Stopped by Grubauer. Still loose. They score! Malkin on the power.
We reached the midway point of a first period in which Calgary is shell-shocked here, and these shots keep on coming. Scores! And that will be Declan Carlisle.
Rust has it, turns, fires, block, gets it back, still has it, scores! Brian Rust! Oh, Tristan Jarry's best two stops just happened. Behind an incredible effort. Dewar's got a chance to ice it. He scores! And Grief stops him, rebound, loose in the slot, and then the crease. Comes back up top. Letang throws it back door. Crosby scores! Greaves out of the net for Columbus. Winds it around on the far side. Knockdown controlled by Rust. Fires. Scores! And there's the goal the Penguins needed. Zach Werenski banks it forward. Novak with a pass. He has a man. It's Crosby trying to catch up to what he does. He scores! Pinelli trying to dig it free. It comes free. Letang's got it. Novak holds it back to Letang. He scores! Yeah, they've lost their grip as the top power play in the NHL, overtaken by Dallas as they score! And that's the way to get it started. Ben Kindle sends it across, bounced off of Hayes. Loose puck comes back to Hayes. Down low, Crosby scores!
And a steal here, and Robertson scores! And the Leafs have 7.
Takes it up ice for Pittsburgh. The pass for Matthews out of the box. Drops it back to Rust. Comes in, fires, save Vladar, rebound, they score! And guess who? Sidney Crosby! And they did score. It was Ben Kindle against Toronto on Saturday. Carlson to Rust, right in the slot. Crosby scores! Sends it to Rust. Moves on in. Rust fires. He scores! A laser beam upstairs from Brian Rust. He's got it again. Malkin. He'll shoot one more time. That time it hit Novak.
Gino's been out here for almost a full 2 minutes.
Novak scores! Koivunen. Passes back to Letang. Over to Koivunen. Moves in. Shoots. He scores! Hagel. Back to the point. There's the steal from Malkin. And here he goes. Gino's loose. Scores! Gino Machino!
Just take it right into the feet of the goaltender from the goal line.
Here's Crosby for Malkin up top. A shot from Carlson. Tipped in. They score! Ben Kindle! And he'll float it out the center to Stu. Bats at it. Malkin kicks it free. Mantha's over the line to Novak. Back to Malkin. Score!
Kings are 0 for 1 tonight. And Fiala in front, Kuzmenko. A shot, save, rebound. Kempe, they score! A power play goal! Oh, thank you!
Graves fires to center. Noah Chari absorbs the contact, tries to chip it ahead, and does get it to Lizotte. Then Dewar scores! Fires to the point. That's Shea. His shot deflects around in front. Novak's got it over to Crosby. Up top with Tag. Scores! Tipped in front. 25 seconds in the period. It's Shea. Carlson, one-timer, fought off by Husso. Rebound, he got that too from Novak. And then Novak banks it in! Pinballs to Novak. Works away from Matheson. Novak all the way around the world and throws it in front. Crosby to Rust. Scores! 6-on-4 power play with Jari pulled. Under 5 minutes to go in regulation. Here's Carlson. A shot. Score! Penguins will look to tilt it back here. Mantha steps in. Shoot, save made. Rebound. Score! Crosby in front. Kindle passing ahead from McGroarty. He's going to turn it back up ice. Make a move. A shot. Score! Rutger McGroarty with a snipe. In front is loose. Rust shot sails wide. 10 seconds in the period. Crosby. Rust. Scores!
On the ricochet. Trying to get to it. Fabro. Got it in the zone. Kept it alive for Chinakhov. Dangles across. Chinakhov there. He scores!
Went down pretty hard. There's Kindle off a turnover, and this line was real good yesterday across Brazeau. Spins it in front. Score! Rutger McGroarty knocks it in.
Scored the last goal in that arena.
Turnover here. Russ chips it on net. Scores! It's snuck through Vejmelka.
A block shots. Russ with a block. Crosby with a block.
Look out, a breakaway pass, and Ben Kindle right down 5th Avenue. Scores! Jersey got in the lane.
And that's one way to slow Jersey down.
Kindle, pass back. Carlson, wrist shot. Score!
Kopitar on the face-off against Steele. Big chance here for the Kings. Face-off, one back. Stolen, they score! Kuzmenko knocked!
And he's got 2 points already here in the first period. This one flipped right off the linesman. It came to Matt. The backhand gets that rebound. They score! Got it to Carlson. Rust, goal line. Raquel across. Crosby double clutch. Carlson one-timer. He scores! This one tipped off the apron. Down goes Rust. No call on that. Puck around the boards. Carlson tipped in tight. They score!
Beniers couldn't hang on. It's Burns. Kicks it to his blade. Puck finds Girard with a shot. Score! Sam Girard bombs it.
Loose there, picked up by Casper. Now Raymond comes on. Soderblom, good move, scores!
Wedge out of the play by Kuznetsov.
Well, those are just simple play. You know, you got to credit the Flames. They've been the better team here. More jump.
Larner dashing in. Moves it in the middle for Korczak, and he scores!
Passing to Raquel, hopped off his stick. Comes back in front. Raquel pokes it on net. Save. Crosby rebound block. Carlson puts it in front. Crosby scores! Crosby winds and blasts. Deflects in front. Score! That's it! That's history! The kid is now the king! Sidney Crosby has passed Mario Lemieux for the most points ever by a Pittsburgh Penguin.
Spinning. Almost ran into his own man. Now Anderson for Kuzmenko. Shoots. He scores!
Now McMahon trying to get it through. That block by Letang. Turning with it, Crosby. He's got Brian Rust in. Rust on the breakaway. And the game is tied. It'll come to McGroarty. Kindle goes to the front of the net. Ryan Shea shooting. Then stopped by Wall. And the rebound is in. McGroarty scores.
Fired up ice. Half taken away. Girard looking for a breakaway. Sammy G's in with the back of the net. He scores! Samuel Girard!
The puck was loose, but it was 50-50. You got to be sure there if you're the Kraken. Here comes Kuzmenko. He drives wide, wrap around, and he scores! What a shot! What a...
Taken to the board. Sanderson around for Jensen. Skipped in at the line. That's sent to the front of the net. And they score again! Nick Robertson.
No Tornado available. He'll stay with it. Slams it across. Golden Knights getting tired. Can they have to take advantage? To the near side. Girard tips it in front. Score! there.
So four leads have changed. Tavares with a steal. In front, Robertson scores! Nick Robertson with a blast!
Up the right wing, Chris Letang feeds Crosby. Dishes left wing, Russ skate the stick, shoots, and scores! Steers it deeper. Mantha behind the cage. Centers in front, Brazeau scores! The Penguins have come out of the break, and fuego! Rust is out, Penguins in attack mode here. Shea back to Rust. He'll drag it, shoot it, scores!
Now find a way to get things going here. Second unit out here.
Here it comes to Kindle, down low, Brazeau in front, backhander scores! St. Ivany. Shea over the attacking line, 2 assists tonight for him, drops it back to Dewar, shoots, scores! Miller off the outside of the net, Russ takes it away, centers Crosby, scores! Here's Brett Kulak, outlet pass, gets to Brazeau, trying to split the defense, and he scores! Over to Parker Wotherspoon, cross ice pass onto the tape of Novak. Dips inside the line, a wrist shot, score! Up top for Crosby, winds and blasts, scores! 899 career points. For all of you at home that are wondering, here comes Crosby, he scores! Here's Carlson, wrist shot, save, rebound Lazat, poked wide, score! Blake Lazat! Letang, fresh out there, takes the pass from Rust. Crosby to Letang, scores!
Maybe off his skate behind the goal. Perry up top for Clark. Over to Fiala. Couldn't shoot the one-timer. Fiala waits, shoots, save, rebound, kick save. Another chance. Score! Power play goals in 3 straight games. This time it's Kuzmenko.
Terrific job, given nobody really had an idea that the Penguins could be this competitive at the start of the year.
Crosby across. Rinkwad pass, Russ shoots. Score!
PK talked about Mo Sider in the pregame.
Here's a break for Chinakhov. Score! Approach the final minute of play. Crosby clears the zone. Raquel after it. The net empty. Ricard Raquel, the empty netter by the Penguins to put it away. And it has worked to perfection as we approach the final half minute of play. The net's still empty. So Dewar fires one and pads the lead.
High over the net. Lee after it with Cowan on his tail. Stolen by one front. Robertson scores! Nick Robertson gets it right back.
All the way around, back to St. Ivany. He'll shoot, tipped wide by Koivunen.
Oh, he was left all alone in front.
Another chance in front, Koivunen scores! One-timer, Novak scores! Oh, the power play cashes in, and we have a game. 15 seconds, Crosby, down low to Mantha, Raquel, scores! Ricard Raquel, do you believe it? Sean, there's a man, it's the captain, Crosby right in, he scores! The Penguins win!
And he pulls up. Now Kuzmenko spins away to the net, and he scores! Oh my goodness!
Across for Parker Wotherspoon, here's Crosby. Flicks it ahead for Ricard Raquel, 2-on-2 with Russ. Joining the fray is Carlson, shoots, score! Nemec right back into Penguins territory. Letang tries to slow it in the corner. His pass ahead for Raquel. Outlet trying to spring Dewar. He's got him. Dewar, score! Centers it across for Crosby. 12 seconds of the 5-on-3. Crosby across Malkin, score! Jake Allen out of his net there. Banks it away from Achari. Taken back. Achari centering in front. Score! His pass then intercepted by Klapko. Gets dumped by Malkin. Kindle in the neutral zone. Chinakhov moves on in. Dishes to Malkin. Back to Chinakhov. Scores!
He's looking so confident in net. You'd never know it's just his 5th NHL game. Sloviov with a shot. He scores! Ilya Sloviov!
that does come across. Here's Morgan Riley. And a shot by Ekman Larsson in front. Robertson scores. Power play goal.
Gets around Letang. Loose puck to Malkin. His shot. Scores! Gino!
Instead, a wrister that goes just wide, shooting for a stick in front, and didn't miss Brazeau by much. Mantha, seam pass in front. Score! Brazeau! The one touch from Kendall. Into the bumper it goes. Crosby a return to Letang. Across to Rust. Rust shoots. Score! Another power play goal for Pittsburgh. Rust picks the corner. Karams to the far corner. And it's gathered by Novak. Stretch past Malkin. Chinakhov to the net. Score! 3-0. Kolosov wasn't sure where it was. Konechny tracked it down. Achari has it. Achari to the backhand. Save made. Flip. Score! Over the shoulder of Kolosov. Loaded to Letang with a drive. Tipped wide. Crosby scores from Malkin. The drive blocked by Abels. Andre can't clear. Novak walks it in. Pass. Score! Connor Dewar from Novak.
Knocked past Werenski down into the Columbus end. Monahan sends it around. Crosby intercepts Raquel. Scores! Pushed back down low. Rust tangled up with Werenski. Crosby will go back to the point. Malkin's there. Letang fires, tip, score! Penguins with the 5th best penalty kill after going 2 for 2 against the Jackets. And here's a turnover. It's Connor Dewar picking pockets. In he comes. He scores! Connor Clifton will take it there for Pittsburgh. Steps away from the pressure of Shane Wright. Anthony Mantha drops it for Brazeau. Fires, scores! Dunn slows him up just enough so Montour gets there first. Dunn hit behind the net. Crosby takes it away for Raquel. Scores! Behind the net for Everly. Hopped off his stick. Dunn deeper behind the net. Intercepted by Lizotte. Ahead for Connor Dewar. He's got the empty net. And he's got 2 in the game.
Out to center ice. 5 goals on the board for Minnesota. Cowan with a shot kicked out twice by Gustafsson. And they score! On the 3rd opportunity.
And a good job by Fiala. Beats a couple of Rangers. Fiala gets it. Shoots it right on rebound. They score! Kuzmenko!
He'll feed it up top. Jack St. Ivany back in the absence of Letang. A shot from Shea deflected in! Evgeny Malkin taps it past Wolf. And the Penguins strike first. Graves for Shea. Malkin takes the pass. Moves around Weegar. Cross ice. One touch. Chinakhov scores! Russ does have the puck come to him, courtesy of Crosby. He'll take it behind the net. Wrap around, attempted foot. They score!
Oh, what a glove save by Stuart Skinner. That was brilliant.
Pens in transition. Here comes Novak to the net. He scores! Top shelf Tommy. But there is no intimidation with this Penguins team this year. They don't back down from anyone, and they've started hot again. Shea throws it in front, deflection, they score! Sidney Crosby coming out for that, then thought otherwise. Rust down low, Malkin. Remember how this started. Evgeny Malkin's pass, handled by Raquel. He scores! McDavid takes the pass. Malkin picks his pocket. Gino's loose. Here comes Evgeny Malkin. Scores! As Novak will sidestep the pressure from Savoy. Novak right to the slot, hands it off. Chinakhov. He scores!
Man, they're blocking that front of the net, taking care of home plate big time. The Caps have to figure out a way, change the angle, and get those shots through.
Carlson closes, front door deflection, rebound. Score! Hendricks Lapierre! And he gets kicked.
Nice work there by Chinakhov to get it ahead for Novak. Across Malkin, he scores!
What you got? That's that ludicrous?
Yeah. Wow.
That's what it's like.
What a drop.
That's what it's like opening up those bags.
Mantha up top. He'll hand it off to Shea. A centering pass, score! And it's the BC Kid, Ben Kidd.
Slipped it by P.O. Joseph. Oh.
Brazeau dances back in. Kindle, he scores! And he shatters the camera.
Seam pass. Kippe. Oh, he went to shoot it, but a puck rolled on him. Clark again. Now Fiala looks around. Goal line in front of shot. They score!
Bertuzzi digs it free, comes deeper for Vlasic. He's tripped up. A shot from Achari is stopped by Soderblom. Rebound, Dewar scores! It squirts back towards Wotherspoon. Kept in by Mantha. Across, here's Kindle. Scores! I hope they brought their parkas. Wotherspoon dumps Bertuzzi. Here comes Malkin the other way. Off to Chinikov. Makes a move. Chinikov scores! Lazat over the attacking line. Drags it. Centers. Achari couldn't come up with it. Then thrown back in front. Lazat cracking at it. They score!
Here's McCabe stepping up. One-handing that away from Everton. Scores! What a blast by Nick Robertson. We've seen that before.
And the power play unit sets things up. Into the bumper it goes. Raquel plays it up top. Carlson shoots. Crosby on the doorstep. Puts it side of the net. Score! As Will Cooley's the extra attacker. And Gavrikov lost it. Kindle found it. Eyes the empty net and scores!
Build momentum, play in Carolina's end, and then grind them down and try to get that first one, and then you go from there.
Deflection, try loose, rebound there! Score! LaPierre, hungry around the cage.
Push it along for Wotherspoon. Cross-ice pass onto the tape of Evgeny Malkin. Charges in. He's got a man. Chinikov scores!
So things start to creep in a little bit.
Shea shot stop. Rebound score! Tommy Novak!
Ilya Sorokin. One back by Novak. Carlson. Off the pad of Sorokin. Novak's in the slot. A shot. They score! A quick hitter. And Clifton with a head fake and a move. A miss hit by Raquel.
Good play by Clifton. Unfortunately, that miss hit, as you mentioned, Johnny. Excellent play. That's it.
He scores! Brian Rust! Defended well by Mayfield. Rubbed right out of the play. Gulak. Tipped in! Justin Brazeau!
And now Kuzmenko settles it. Perry's in front. Kuzmenko with it. Comes in, shoots, and he scores! Kuzmenko! A birthday goal! Kraken trying to clear it. Kept in by Clark. And now Fiala, goal line. Back to Fiala.
Watch out.
And he stumbles. A shot by Kuzmenko, and he scores!
1-0 loss to the Boston Bruins. Loose puck. Avery Hayes has a step. He's on a breakaway. He scores! You can't script this stuff. First shot. First goal. NHL debut. Avery Hayes. Thompson up the right wing. Kept in by Wotherspoon. Mantha in front. Hayes. He scores! Bryson knocked down, lost the puck. Kindle has a chance here, 2-on-1 with Brazeau. Kindle holds, shoots, he scores! Pass picked off by Chinikov, turns. They'll snap one, loose in front, they score! Tommy Novak on the doorstep. It's Kindle, here's Dewar. He'll shoot for the empty net, miss. Kindle's gonna get there first, and he's got a 2-goal game. All rookies on the score sheet for Pittsburgh.
Declan Chisholm on the go. Protas closes, back for Chisholm. To the front, score! Brilliant passing play. Van Riemsdyk converts.
Moves on in the slot for Novak. Up top Letang, Malkin back to Letang. He'll fire, scores! Chinikov banks it forward. Malkin steers himself away from Pratt. The pass springs in. Chinikov, here he comes. Chinikov scores! Scramble in front, Mercer's got it. Back to Hamilton, across for Hughes, picked off by Lazat. Empty net staring him down. Blake Lazat, that one's for Sonny.
Maybe the fastest first period I've been involved with.
I was just thinking the same thing. I don't know if I've been in a game like this.
There's been Kindle scores! Power play set to expire. The tank played behind the net. Out of the box comes Marner. Pittsburgh still pressuring. They score! Here's Carlson. He'll leave it now for Malkin. Gets it back. Carlson. Rister blocked out in front. They score! Rust. Malkin protecting it with a big frame. Now played out for Carlson. Slap pass to the front. They score! No, you're exactly right about that. Kindle leaves it. Justin Brazeau scores!
Turnover by Boston. It's Rust with it. Back to the point for Carlson. He'll wrist it. Scores!
And Clifton squeezes it out to the neutral zone. Swept by Dahlin, but Rust moves in with Kindle shorthanded. Rust drives the net. Score!
Called yesterday. After Kenny Malkin suspended as Koivunen steps in. Big opportunity for him. Down low to Brazeau in front. They score! Flyers have 3 as Rust takes it back in. Here's Chinakhov looking to fire. Instead, Raquel wires one and scores! Face off won by Raquel. Carlson shoots and scores!
Battle along the boards. Robertson tried to dig it out. Comes to hit, but lost it. Robertson scores! Kept hustling. Feeds it to Rust. Carlson up top. Chinakhov opens, dishes. Raquel back to Chinakhov. Fans want a shot. Score! A lot of injury trouble throughout his career, but he seems to be getting better with age. Dewar scores! Chinakhov drags it to net. Lost it. Got it back. Score! Tommy Novak!
Chisholm sends it down low. Gets it back from LaPierre. Farivari towards the cage. Big rebound.
A layup for LaPierre.
Martinuk, no stick.
Here's Carlson. Chinakhov taking a look, throwing it across. Russ shoots. He scores! Very close. Down low, Mantha. Setting up shot. Passes to Chinakhov. Up top, one-timer. Carlson deflection, save, rebound. They score! And it's Chinakhov. Snaps it over towards Shea. Passes to Rust. Throws it back door. They score! 3:40 on the clock here in this second period. It'd be huge if the Penguins could find a goal before the end of the period, and they do! Backdoor slam dunk for Ben Kindle. Over the line, Tommy Novak. Stops away from Schmidt. Up top, here comes Wotherspoon. Shoots, blocked on his way to the net. Novak scores! Chinakhov back in. 28 seconds of the power play for the Pens. Letang down low. Chinakhov looking back in front. A shot, they score! And Malkin moves ahead. Chips it left wing for Rust. Back for Malkin on the backhand. He scores! Well, we always usually show what? Noel Acciari, Connor Clifton, and our hit of the game. Ricard Raquel just inserted himself into the ballot. As a centering pass, Malkin there. He scores! Puck kicks back to the point. Wotherspoon for Carlson. Shoots, tip, save, rebound, score! It's Elmer Soderblom!
Because it was a little bit of river hockey, back and forth. We went in that first period. Things have tightened up here in the second.
There's Carlson with the keep at the line. Wrist shot, score! It hopped. Josh Manson leading the charge for Kelly. Right wing picked off by Raquel. Sends Malkin up ice. He'll go ahead for Rust. He's gone. Brian Rust scores! Blows Chatfield to the wall. There's Crosby on the backhand. He scores! Comeback complete for the captain. Banks it back for Raquel. Still 33 seconds of the 5-on-3. Carlson unloads. He scores!
Reverse hit by Svechnikov on Raquel. Raquel doesn't have the puck.
Steal by Rust. He's gone. Brian Rust looking to tie this thing up. He does!
To keep that puck in the zone. That was brilliant.
And now he's got the moves with the stick. Around Aho. Shoots and scores! A clinic! And now the Penguins with a steal and maybe a chance. Here comes Mantha. He's got Kindle with him. Kindle in alone. He scores! Parker Wotherspoon. Back ahead for Malkin. Nice little chip pass. Springs in Chinakhov. Dips to the slot. Fires. He scores! That's the 23rd most in NHL history. Back in comes Rust. On the backhand. Centers Raquel. He scores! Carlson fakes the shot. Here's Chinakhov. Then Wotherspoon. Across for Carlson. Shoots. He scores! check by Girard. His bodies collide behind the play, and Rust moves forward. He's got men with him. Carlson takes it, shoots, he scores! Credit to Carolina. They played a hurricane-type game this afternoon as Rust looking for the cutting man. It's Chinakhov, and he scores! Burns lost it to Mantha. He takes contact from Manson. Two big bodies colliding there. Girard at the point. Chinakhov, one-timer, score! Rust dumps it in. Raquel after it. McCarr takes a shot from Rust right in front. Raquel scores!
Here's Will Morgan flipping it through. Blocked in front by McCabe. And out comes Domi. Max Domi, who scored in Boston. Got it to Robertson. Scores!
Tyler Clevin coming off a monster effort in Detroit on Tuesday. Career high 28 minutes. Turnover here. A shot from Raquel. He scores!
If that's on the net, it's in.
Carlson ricochets it back down low. Raquel had it come off his body. What a drag, and then a pass to Carlson. He scores! Well, they get possession off the draw. Here's Carlson to Raquel. He scores! Opportunity knocks! Loose puck, Soderblom reaching for it. Wotherspoon across. Here's Carlson. Steps in, shoots. He scores!
Go out there, 63 in the white for Washington off of his first multi-goal game. LaPierre skips in and scores! Hendricks Lapierre!
Achari works through Shen. Rips it on net. Saved by Sorokin. Loose in front. They score! Soderblom, the big man! Boone gets to it behind the net. He's got a chance, and he'll lift that to center. Raquel picks it up. One-on-one with Boquist. Raquel short-handed to Rust. Back in front. Raquel! He scores! Chance to capitalize. 3-on-1. Kindle shoots, saves. Sorokin rebound. He got that too. Back in front. They score! Avery Hayes. A lane down the middle. Other way comes Brazeau rumbling in. Holds, shoots, saves Sorokin. They score! It trickled in. Brazeau let it fly.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Here's Crosby, takes the pass from Letang in the slot. Rust, he scores! Crosby had Chinakhov bump into him, who's knocked down by Sherrod. It comes to Raquel, fires, he scores! Penguins with a real strong first period. They'd love to add to it late here. Chinakhov shoots, he scores! And he does! Up the wall it comes for Clifton. He'll shoot, scores! Brazeau may have got opening goal in this one. 7 minutes off the clock. There's Sammy Girard dancing his way in. Puck ricochets in front, they score! Chernak under 4 minutes to go in this first period. Rust curls it right wing. Chinakhov with speed, attacks the net, he scores!
That's a game we'll have to keep an eye on before heading into that two-game weekend.
Letang across, Chinakhov scores! Carlson passing to Chinakhov. Here's Crosby looking. Carlson fires, scores! Rust gets dumped. Crosby back to the point. Carlson keeps it in. Here he comes. Down low, Malkin. Score! A moment made for Malkin. 1,400 points. The 23rd player ever. Ends right back in. Here's Novak. Throws it in front. Score! And able to clear. There's Dewar once more. Throws it in front. Score! Raquel down low. Malkin. Back for Raquel. Backhander. Score!
Before this game, met with the media, just said they've loved this game.
Malkin a steal. He scores! And there's the hat trick.
Philip Myers ahead. That rolls right to Kemper. Plays it off for Dumoulin. That backhand knocked down. Chance scores. Nick Robertson.
Penguins now 0 for 2 early on the power play after going 3 for 3 yesterday. Actually entering this game, they were 5 for 5 against the Panthers this season. They got a goal! It's Elmer Soderblom!
And Clifton with a good hit in behind the net also.
Here's Crosby sprung in by Chinakhov. He scores! Malkin across, Crosby in the slot. Raquel scores! Loose puck, Malkin takes it. He's got Novak with him. Malkin and Novak chipped it up over the net. In front of chance, score! From Minnesota. Crosby out at center. He's got Rust with him. Rust takes the pass all alone. Saved by Tarasov. It bounces in.
Get to that forecheck. That is the foundation of a lot of their offensive zone time. They're going to get back to it.
Here's Letang, sends it in the slot. Chinakhov back across. They score! And he'll take the pass from Tommy Novak. Back to Malkin. Then Novak scores! You felt it coming for Tommy.
And the Penguins have their lead back. It's now 2-1. Look out!
And looking for more. Loose is Chinakhov. Scores! Fires down low. Chinakhov kicks it free. Crosby on the backhand. Couldn't stop it. Still loose. Score! Gino Machino!
That's it. Here is our Edgar Snyder's Associates hit tracker. Excuse me, Josh.
No, you're all right. Scores! Empty netter for the Penguins.
Chychrun on a reload. Interchanging with McMichael to the front door. Backhanded stop. Rebound loose. To the splits. Follow-up score! It took 3 whacks. But the Caps grabbed the...
Picked up now by Matthew Knies. Up top, Stetcher with a shot wide. The rebound. They score! Nick Roberts.
Last season in the NHL, I actually talked with Evgeny Malkin in the locker room right after that game in which he very confidently and boldly, guys, as that was a goal for the Penguins, puts them up 1-0.
Back to the point, Mayu juggled it at the line, stripped by Avery Hayes. He's gone. Hayes on a breakaway. He scores! Lipton's got it again, up the wall here for Mantha. Cross ice feed for Kindle. Lead pass, he's got Soderblom, drives the net, drags it, and he scores!
Blank, and usually if you do in that situation, Josh, you probably have an empty net. Just did not get through.
Hayes dances back in, saved by Binnington, scores on the rebound! And Tommy Novak has it again. Penguins rolling the lines over here. Raquel drags and shoots, kicked out by Vladar. Loose puck, Malkin fires! Ends control off the draw. Carlson for Malkin. Shoots, blocked, Rust scores!
He's able to go to the bench and get a stick. That's a break for Glendening.
Here's Crosby backdoor, thrown in front, Malkin scores! Passing to Rickard Raquel. Carlson, one-timer, scores! Erik Karlsson let it fly and trickled through Vladar.
To the net with traffic.
Crosby scores! Take that, Philly! Sidney Crosby. Here's Vladar out of his net. Pressured by Raquel, loose puck. Raquel scores! Flyers trying to push it free. Crosby collides. What a job by the captain. Back to Letang. Steps in. Fires. Comes down low. Forster punches it. Deflects to Lizotte. A chance to clear. He will. It's a foot race for Connor Dewar. Can he get it in? He does!
Pretty nifty time and space. Well, Kindle, he's a young fella, but he's smart.
Here's Mantha, steals, centering pass, score! Soderblom on the...
I like that shot from Wotherspoon, just traffic there. Vladar had to fight that off, and the Penguins are buzzing.
Dewar shoots! Off the crossbar, he celebrates! Passing to the point, it's Letang. His shot off a stick, past Vladar, big bounce! Where is it? They score!